time to put the spotlight on Speedway. And what an event we have for you.
Kinser gets on it early. We are green. Here comes Shocks now. He pounces on Kinser. The race is on for 50, Steve. Indeed it is.
The pits here at Tyre Power, Parramatta City Raceway, are filled to capacity with the cream of American and Australian sprint car talent. The occasion, the running of the two-night $50,000 to win Scott Darley Sprint Car Memorial, honouring the talented and popular young driver who lost his life in tragic circumstances at this circuit in late 2008. The name Scott Darley is very special to you. Of course, Scott was engaged to your sister. This is his memorial race over the next two nights, one you want to claim?
Definitely. That wouldn't make me any more happy, I think, than to win this for him, and just hopefully we can do it. We can be good enough, and there's a lot of good guys here for this race, and we haven't beat them yet in the last 8 years, so it's going to be a tough task to do it, and hopefully we get up there.
This $50,000 deal tonight and tomorrow night, no one's going to give it to you on a platter. That's a pretty tough field.
It's been tough. I've been here 4 or 5 years now and been real close to it, but never got the job done. So a lot of great talent here tonight, a lot of great people here last night, and some of Australia's best rolled in again here today. So it should be a great race here for the weekend for the fans and for everybody involved, and hopefully we can take on the 50,000.
If you take it, you'll have earned it.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, if you win the 50 grand here, you'll have had a really good weekend.
And Shots is shooting for his 8th.
I know, it's unbelievable, but I think this year is the year that someone else could possibly do it.
How much do you want to nail a big one at Parramatta?
Oh, that would be great. I mean, even in America, a lot of people talk about Parramatta just like they talk about Knoxville or Williams Grove or Eldora, and to win one at Parramatta would be real sweet, especially with 50,000 to win.
Heat race time at Parramatta. 57 teams to do battle, including 11 from the USA. Steve Kinser set quick time, but Heat 1 sees him chasing two fellow countrymen, Darren Pittman and Californian Jonathan Allard. This time, the King will have to settle for third. The second heat sees a strong performance from Aussie expat Skip Jackson, but hitting top form early is Robbie Farr in the East Coast pipeline car. And as always, looking ominous, America's reigning #1, Donnie Schatz. Also looking impressive early in the night, Adrian Marr in that green and white Integrity car. Heat 3 and another good outing by local star James Thompson. This heat also marks the return of American veteran Danny Smith from Danville in Indiana. We also get to see the Sydney debut of 23-year-old Brad Sweet from Grass Valley in Northern California. Add to the mix Parramatta track champion Ian Loudon and Kerry Madsen running the 55 car. Placings Brad Sweet in the 24 car, followed by Loudon, Thompson and Kerry Madsen. The final heat saw another American in the spotlight, Jason Johnson from Eunice, Louisiana. And keep an eye on 24-year-old Craig Kinser in the 11 car. He's back after 3 seasons running the NASCAR ovals. Yes, and this is a determined drive by Kinser. The 24-year-old son of a gun goes to turn number 3. He's going to come again. 1 lap to go. Jason Johnson's in front. Kinser hits the lead.
What a drive from Craig Kinser. Johnson tries to come back but can't. Ladies and gentlemen, how about putting your hands together for a great drive?
We started this $50,000 to win race in the year 2000. You're shooting for your 8th win. You really have got a mortgage on it.
Well, I don't know about that. It's been a lot of fun to be a part of. Winning one kind of helps propel you to the second one, and the second one propels you to the third one, and so on down the line. It's it's been a great race for me. Like I said, we've managed to be the best car on all them nights, and I hope we can get to the 8th one. That'd be a great thing this weekend.
Steve, this is your 16th tour down under. That in itself is some sort of record.
Well, I have come over here a lot. I didn't know exactly how many times I've come over, so you answered a little question we had going a couple of days ago, but it's always fun to come over here and race.
We know you're running as sharp as ever. How's your golf handicap, though?
Well, my golf's not very good, and my racing could be a little bit closer to par if it had to be. So, but we got 2 nights left here, and hope we get everything figured out by tonight and tomorrow night.
Weather is playing havoc with Speedway in both America and Australia. I believe you lost 33 racing nights during 2008.
But we did lose a lot of races. It just seemed like every place we went it rained, and let's hope we don't have a repeat of that this year.
Your boy's doing very well?
Yeah, he's been running pretty good. It took him a little bit last year to get things lined out, but there at the end of the year he won a couple races and was right at top 5 probably about the last 10 or 15 races, and running pretty good out here too.
Craig, would there be a lot less pressure on you if your last name was Schmidt, not Kinzer?
You know, with the pressure, I've had to deal with it my whole life, so I'm pretty good at dealing with it by now. So the pressures, I don't feel the pressure near as much as I used to when I first started racing. But you know, the name also brings me in good family, and you know, around good people that know sprint car racing, and that's the fortunate part of it.
I was surprised. I just took for granted, like everyone else, that you would have started go-karts at the age of 6. Normal story. You didn't actually start racing till you were 15.
You know, all my family was out racing all the time. No one was really around to get me started in racing, so my career kept progressing every time one of my family members' careers ended.
We're set for the main event. At least the main event on night 1 of the $50,000 to win Scott Darley Sprintcar Memorial. A field of 24 cars over 30 laps. Steve Kinzer and Jason Sides, row 1. Jason Myers, Donnie Schatz, row 2, and the veteran Kinzer wins the race to turn 1. Schatz slides under Jason's sides and moves into second.
Yeah, Donnie Schatz really owns this event, Steve Raymond. Great to see Adrian Marr and also Ian Loudon starting right up the front of this pack with all these Americans here as well. Look at Darren Pittman weaving his way through the traffic. We just spoke to Craig Kinzer. He wants to do really well here, but the man out in front is his old man, Steve Kinzer.
Yes, it's Kinzer Senior, followed by Schatz, Sides, Myers. They're all American. Then comes Max Dumsday, Adrian Marr and Kerry Madsen.
Oh, the track is just sensational right now. Plenty of racing room. Look at Steve Kinzer. Now, Steve Kinzer's actually not driving the Quaker State car we're used to seeing. He's actually driving for Barry Waldron in the East Coast Pipeline, number 11 Maxim. He's made a mistake that time coming out of turn 2. That lets Donnie Schatz get a great run on the back of him in the pickup Payless. Number 2, J&J Gary Rush Motorsports car.
Donnie Schatz, 31 years of age. He's closing in. He's stalking his prey, and you'd get the feeling he's going to strike very soon.
Yeah, look at Steve Kinzer now. Coming up behind Skip Jackson in the Gibson Freight, Fab Creek, Mad Harry's, number 14 Maxim. You know that when Steve Kinzer, Donnie Schatz, and they're about to lap Skip Jackson, that is saying something, Steve. Skip has been just so fast around this place over the years. Now look at Schatz starting to close in on Steve Kinzer as they come down the front straight. Now Kinzer's gone to the top side. Here comes Schatz on the bottom side. Kinzer finds back on the outside. Wow, the two supermen of sprint car racing right across this world, not only in Australia but the States. Kinzer on the bottom hangs on to the lead.
Schatz is coming at him again on the inside. Again the momentum on the outside and takes Kinzer down the back straight. He now has to get the 14 car out of the way and clears some air to get away from the number 2.
Yeah, it just shows how fast this racetrack is on the bottom. Steve Kinzer is trying to get past Skip, but he can't do it. Skip's just as fast. Now the third place car, oh, Schatz! Vintage Donnie Schatz around Tyre Power PCR. He doesn't muck around. If he sees an opportunity, he's going to take the lead.
Wasn't it clean? It was clinical to turn number 1. Now he moves up on the tail tank of the 14 car and gets through without any hassle whatsoever and puts 2 lap cars between himself and Kinzer.
Oh, fantastic. I'll go back to the man third place on the racetrack. Can't see him on screen right now, but Jason Sides, it is fantastic to see him running in third. Oh, Schatz made a mistake that time. Little Ian Madsen come up on the inside of him. All right, Madsen's a lap car, but Steve Kinzer's closed a little bit of ground. So Donnie Schatz, Steve, please don't tell me he's going to own this event again.
Well, he looks odds on to take this one tonight, but he's got another 40 lapper tomorrow night. There we go. A pair of 14s, the 2 Harry Delamont cars.
Yeah, Jason Myers on the bottom side of the racetrack, Skip Jackson on the top side. Us Australians, we're used to seeing Skip on the bottom, but Myers is on the bottom, so there's our race leader. Just put a lap down to one of the legends of sprint car racing across the world, Danny Smith, Danville, Indiana. Danny Smith, great to have him on the shores, but right now, Schatz is just making him look second rate.
The order is Schatz, Kinzer, that's Steve Kinzer, Jason Sides, Jason Myers, Max Dumsney, Adrian Marr, Kerry Madsen, and the young American Brad Sweet.
Oh, Kinser just goes around Danny Smith as well. Great to have, once I say it again, Danny back on our shores. Fantastic to see him here. He's been coming to Australia for 20 plus years. Jason Sides now, look at him on the move, still in third spot. There's Myers in fourth spot, so the cream always rises to the top.
When the green flag dropped, 4 Americans occupied the first 2 rows. Those 4 Americans are still at the front end of the field. Strong performance coming from Trevor Green in the Adrad number 4, starter position 24, now up and running in 11th.
Wow, it just shows how tough it is. I keep repeating myself, but Donny Schatz just put a lap down on Brooke Tatnall, like Jason Johnson driving the Super Lock. Jim Beam, number 5 out of South Australia for Darren Disbury. He's getting put down a lap down. Now here's Jason Sides and Jason Myers. They're going at it. So it just shows it is awesome racing here at Tyre Power PCR.
We'll have to send out a patrol to find Robbie Farr. He started out at 10th and has slipped back to 12th. Back further is Darren Pittman, Brooke Tatnall, Cameron Gester and Jason Johnson.
Oh, Myers on the top side now of Steve Kinser. Here he goes. Nearly 2 wide, 3 wide coming out of turn 3. Sides gets it underneath Kinser and Myers. Myers got that top wing way back, trying to get all that down air force on that back wheels.
Disappointing for Steve Kinser to be dropping back through the field, but an excellent CV night for Jason Sides from Bartlett in Tennessee.
Well, here's our race leader, Donny Schatz, now putting a lap down on Brad Sweet. Great to have Brad Sweet out here. He could be a rover in AFL. He is tiny, but he knows how to muscle a sprint car around this Tyre Power PCR.
That's what I was saying to him earlier this afternoon. He makes a jockey look tall.
He does, actually. Coming out of turn 4, Donny Schatz takes out night 1.
Jason Sides home for second, Myers is third, Steve Kinser fourth, Kerry Madsen, Max Dumsney, then Adrian Marr, Ian Loudon, Craig Kinser and Robbie Farr. This is Schatz' 10th tour down under. That win his 31st of the track. When we return, Donny Schatz will shoot for his 8th win in the $50,000 to win classic. Welcome back to Parramatta as the stands fill for night 2 of the Scott Darley Sprint Car Memorial. Is it fun to be in such exalted company? I mean, the top drivers from America?
Yeah, you can't beat it, mate. And it makes us lift our game to keep up with it too. So all around it's a good thing, I think.
This is the toughest any sprint car race in the world tonight, definitely. You've got the best Americans here. You've got the guys, the local and some of the young guys at Parramatta are running really fast, and then you've got a lot of travelling guys on the road. So it's kind of a pretty big mix all thrown into one, and what it spits out, we'll find out.
Kerry, congratulations on 6th in the American Championship for 2008.
Yeah, it was pretty good. Overall, it was a good year. It was a new team, so for a new team to get a good result, like a consistent 6th in the points for the whole year was pretty happy with. Wasn't real happy we didn't win enough races, but really happy with the consistency.
It's a long road, 10 months of racing and crisscrossing, 26 states.
Yes, I know. You go back and forth about 3 times. We go backward and forwards across the country. So it's a long road, but luckily I'm hooked up with a veteran crew chief. His name's Sonny Kratzer, and he makes my job easy. I just drive the car, and he takes care of everything else. And actually, I get bored on the road because I don't have that much stuff to do. But he does a great job for us, and I'm just get to drive it, and not, when I don't screw up too much, I don't do a bad job.
And not doing a bad job down under this summer is Kerry's little brother, Ian.
I'm really happy about my form so far. We've struggled about for the last 18 months or so, and finally starting to get my program back on track, and worked really hard to get it, and I think the results are starting to show.
Do you think we could have a Madsen 1-2 tonight?
Oh, I don't know. You never know. It'd be pretty cool if we did.
Time now for Dash 1. 8 cars, 6 laps. Winner starts on pole for the main event.
Oh, Steve Kinser wasn't mucking around that time with Donny Schatz on his outside. Look at Schatz dive to the bottom side. Wow, these two guys have gone at it at every racetrack over in America. Now they're going at it at our best track in Australia, Tyre Power PCR.
Forget the other 6 cars in this. This is a match race between the 2 best sprint car drivers in the world, and at the moment King Kinser has the measure of his arch rival.
Oh, Schatz is trying everything he can to try and get past Steve Kinser, but Steve Kinser just wants to beat Donny Schatz here at Tyre Power PCR. The race is on. Who's going to start on pole?
I'm sensing a boil over in this one. Kinser will start on pole if he can hang on to the checkered flag and defeat Schatz.
Oh, Dash 2 starting right now. We're straight into it. Who's going to start on the outside of Steve Kinser in the $50,000 to win? Scott Darley Memorial. Robbie Farr and Adrian Marr, they're going wheel to wheel. But out in front, it's Jason Myers. Look at second place between Craig Kinser and Jason Sides.
Then comes our own Robbie Farr doing it tough in this second dash.
Oh, Loudon has a big push there through turns 1 and 2. He's debuting a J&J chassis. He's changed chassis, so he's still trying to work out how this car reacts. Oh, Myers is going to start out of P2. Behind him will be Sides, Craig Kinser, Robbie Farr, Jason Johnson, Adrian Marr and Ian Loudon.
Time to check the grand final grid, and it reveals 5 Americans up front with Aussies Madsen, Dumsney and Robbie Farr. Midfield, another 5 Americans along with Adrian Marr and Ian Loudon. Up the back, 1 more American with the Aussies, Brooke Tatnell, Jackson and Mitch Dumsney. A poignant moment in Australian Speedway, the missing driver formation. The pole position left vacant to honour the memory of Scott Darley, killed in a race crash here at Parramatta late last year. On the track, a field of 24 starters, 11 of them American. We have 40 laps ahead of us, $50,000 to the winner, and Donny Schatz chasing his 8th victory.
Can it be an Australian to win it for the first time, or will it be another American? It's only gone to the US shores so far. Steve Kinser, he wants 50 grand in his back pocket. Their son Craig Kinser got Kerry Madsen in front of him. Look at Brad Sweet in the green 24 car running the top side. Max Dumsney, our legend Australian sprint car driver.
Steve Kinser is the leader. Jason Sides sitting in second. Myers is third. Robbie Farr is in fourth at the moment. That's Schatz in 5th spot, followed by Kerry Madsen and Craig Kinser.
Jason Sides, I tell you what, Steve Raymond, this guy is one hell of a car. Oh, look at that car. I can't quite pick that who that was, but just got spat out of a washing machine like nothing. But fantastic to have all these guys out our shore. But who is going to be the first person to win that Scott Darley Memorial? And that car that got shot off the track was Cameron Gessner out of Queensland. Race leader, Steve Kinser, he is using those brakes big time. The front left wheel is not even turning because the brakes are grabbing.
Wow, this is not old Kinser, it's Kinser of old. He's rolled back the years, he's got the elbows up, but has Pete Murphy prepared a car for Steve to outrun Schatz for a whole 40 laps.
Yeah, Pete Murphy, oh, look at Jason Sides going off the racetrack. I was about to say about Jason Sides, it's fantastic. He's one guy out on the World of Outlaws tour that's out there doing what he can. He's on a limited budget, but it's great to see him running right up the front. And who knows, he might get the 50K. But Steve Kinser, 3 wide into turn 1. We've got Madsen on the top side. That's Ian. Mitchell Dumsney, who's been so fast. Look at Schatz carving his way through traffic. It's as if he's a butter knife going through butter.
We have the Madsen brothers out here running hard. We have the Dumsney's father and son, and we've got the Kinser's father and son.
Oh, Ian Madsen, is he going to cook it? Oh, no! He has. He's overcorrected. Jason Sides, who was running in the top 3 at the time, has gone upside. Didn't go upside down, but caught in. Here's a replay of it, Steve. Look at Madsen, just cooked it. Sides has seen what's happening, trying to avoid it. Madsen comes back down. Contact. Sides ends up upside down. Not too much damage, but I can tell you, left rear flat and probably a bit of rear end damage.
Lap 13 proving hellishly unlucky to Sides, who was a solid second to Kinser. Madsen was running back in 20th position.
Oh, I think Jason Sides might have had something for Steve Kinser as well there, Steve. Green light back on now. So the man that is going for the 8th win of the $50,000 to win race is in second position right now, trying to chase down the king, Steve Kinser.
Driving the black 14 car on screen is Jason Myers. Robbie Farr is in 4th place. Then comes Craig Kinser, Kerry Madsen, and American Jonathan Allard in the 0.
Oh, the king, look at him working at the wheel. Here comes Robbie Farr. Wow, Robbie Farr, he knows how to run this place. He grew up around Tyre Power PCR, so he knows the circuit. So he's just got underneath Jason Myers. Steve Kinser, though, out in front, now about to put Roddy Balboa down a lap in the Spizheca. McGrath landed number 7, J&J.
Stu, Steve Kinser's instincts would now be on red alert, awaiting a Schatz attack he knows is coming.
Well, I reckon Steve Kinser's lucky he doesn't have a rear vision mirror in this car, because all he's going to see is this pick and pay list number 2. Oh, he would have seen him beside him that time. So Schatz has found something right now. Once again, running through that middle part of the racetrack where no one else can run. Everybody's got to run the bottom or the top. The King now, he's having a crack through the middle. So, has Shots got something for Steve Kinser?
Steve Kinser fans have got everything crossed that he can bring this one home tonight, but you'd have to say the odds are with the man who's won it 7 times, the man who's pursuing the 11th car, and that is Donny Shots.
Yeah, so Steve Kinser, still our man out in front. Shots is in second. Now, Robbie Farr doing an awesome job in third spot. So at the moment, Barry Waldron's got a grin from ear to ear right now. Both East Coast Pipeline cars are on the podium. So the big question is, Steve Raymond, can Steve Kinser hang on, or has Donny Shots got something for him? Kinser's running the top side. Shots is still running through the middle. And Kinser's having a battle here to try and get past Roddy Balboan. He has got past him now. Lap traffic always plays a part in sprint car racing.
That is the 3rd time he's lapped Roddy Balboan. He started at the back of the field, and here comes Shots on the outside. He's also gone past at least. Balboan's got the best view of the race.
Oh, you're not wrong there, Steve Raymond. Now we're into the business end of the race. Oh, Shots is working on the bottom side now. The car's starting to come to him. Now, here's Steve running on the bottom side. His son, Craig, is on the top side.
Will they run interference?
Oh, I don't think so. I don't think there'll be any team orders, Steve. I'd hope not anyway. Shots, you know he's working the bottom on turn 1 and 2. The King's still running the top. Oh, it is on for young and old.
And I have to admit a bias here. I want Kinser to win this one. The 54-year-old has done so much for Australian Speedway. Shots has done so much as well, but Kinser is just driving so sharply tonight. I'd love to see him win his first 50,000.
Oh, Ian Loudon now, the man that's won quite a few features around this place. Look at Shots. Oh, no. Has he cost himself the race, going above the cushion in 1 and 2? So now Kinser's got Ian Loudon in between him and Donny Shots. Has Shots got something to get back on him? He has now. Here we go into 1 and 2. Shots is through to the lead. The King's back to second. Look at the smoke coming off Shots. Here comes the King.
Turn number 3, and Kinser goes through, regains the lead. We are now on the final lap as they run to turn number 1.
Oh.
Shots goes to the inside. Kinser holds his nerve and leads for the final lap.
Oh, can Shots make the big dive around the top side in 3 and 4? He's not going to be able to do it. The King, Steve Kinser, hangs on for the win. Shots for second. Robbie Farr home in third.
Fourth to the checkered flag, Kerry Madsen, followed by Jonathan Allard, Pittman, Green, Sweet, and Johnson and Tacknell round out the top 10.
Oh, Steve Kinser's the first man to win the Scott Darley Memorial. Congratulations to the King.
I thought their last 6-7 laps, we started to take a little bit of ground out of them guys. I'm thinking, oh, we've got something, but they just ate me up in lap traffic pretty quick, so they got away again. But no, mate, we're stoked to come out 8th and run 3rd in this company. We can hold our heads high.
I gave it everything I had, but he beat me, and it's just plain flat and simple. And I guess that's what we're all here for. We're all here for the competition. I'm here to beat him, he's here to beat me, and you guys are here to see it. So I've got to thank everybody for being here and being part of it.
But I ran as hard as I could. I mean, I just, you know, it was good. He owns this place, and as good as he's been running, I knew he'd be coming sometime. But we made some changes on the race car tonight. Not that I haven't made them every time I've been here, but the guys did a good job. Pete Murphy, we made small changes and sort of told me to get out of the way, and they'd take care of it. And it's been hard to take, lead that thing for 38 laps and lose it there 2 laps ago. But I can say everything worked out well now.
The Darley and Loudon families pose with the proud place getters.